Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good.
What's happening?
Evelyn, I'm not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all their memories, their emotions, even their skills. There's a great evil spreading throughout the many verses. And you may be your only chance of stopping it.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Hello and welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast for the Explosion Network's best movie of 2022, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm Ashley Hobley. Joining me today, Dylan Blight.
Happy to be here. I'm the Alphaverse Dylan Blight.
Okay, good to know.
Just saying that.
Yeah. What, yeah, okay, we'll get into What do you think is the craziest thing you could do right now to get an alternate version? Powers for an alternate version.
Like that. Some random... No, actually,
wow, that was a lot of racist farmers.
My arm flailing, I would say, is random, but that's probably what I look like when I talk usually anyway, so it's probably not going.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, you would have already
tapped
like, into the multiverse at that point.
One finger on your head, put one in front of your mouth, and then touch your head on your... it didn't work, didn't it? Okay.
No. Well, you need the device as well, so...
True,
good point. All right, please be aware we'll be freely... Yeah. Please be aware we will be freely discussing anything and everything about pop themes at any of the movies, so if you haven't watched it, come back later. With that said, let's jump to our discussion of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, affectionately known as Daniels. Written by Daniels. Starring Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu, Quan, Jenny Slate, Harry Shum Jr., James Hong, and Jamie Lee Curtis. A Chinese immigrant gets unwillingly embroiled in an epic adventure where she must connect with different versions of herself in a parallel universe to stop someone who intends to harm the multiverse. Dylan, why is this film our top film of 2022?
It's the wildest time you probably could have had watching a movie in 2022. But not only is it highly original and imaginative, but it also somehow, in a movie where there's like dildos flying around at one point and people with long ass...
regulator trophies.
Regulator trophies, sure. Where there's movies where that stuff's flying around and, you know, there's alternate dimensions and stuff, but weirdly at the heart of the movie it's just about a family trying to deal with the IRS. Like, it's just such a...
It's about taxes. That's really what it's about.
It's just about taxes. Yeah.
How difficult it is, and
yeah, it's I don't. I
really, this film is an indictment on the American tax system.
It kind of is, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how you write a movie like this. I feel like that's the thing. It's like so out there. Like every now and then you watch a movie that's just so out there, but so well put together still. Somehow, even amongst all its high fantasy, time jumping, multiverse jumping, like, you know, like everything, and it's still at the heart of it. They're like making you tear up because there's such deep character to everything. Anyway, like, how the fuck do you write something like this? So, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, this is my favorite movie of 2022. Obviously, just one of the wildest experiences going into the cinema. I feel like the trailer dropped early February. We're all super hyped for it because it looked wild. 2022 was going to be the year of the multiverse, you know, because we had Doctor Strange that we all thought was going to be fantastic coming out. We're going to see crazy shit. And this is the movie that delivered all the crazy shit this year. Infinite multiverses, just a crazy, wild adventure. Incredible cast. Michelle Yeoh, fantastic. Quan, fantastic. Stephanie Shu, just the entire Stephanie Shu, fantastic. Jamie Lee Curtis, fantastic. Might as well just round them all out. But yeah, on top of all this wild sci-fi action and crazy sequences and hot dog fingers, at the core of it is this beautiful family immigrant story. You know, I'm obviously having, you know, Asian heritage. I've seen characters like this in my life. Some are kind of like my family members. And to see that kind of depicted on screen was cool to see. Yeah, I think, you know, and then it just outrageously funny at times. There are sequences in this that are like the craziest shit you've ever seen. I mean, the first time I'm so glad that I saw this in the cinema. I don't think you were fortunate enough to, because, you know, Tasmania sucks. The first time Rakakuni shows up, my entire cinema just burst out laughing, you know, because obviously she accidentally says the wrong thing earlier in the film, and then this puppet raccoon is pulling on Harry Shum Jr.'s head. And just the wildness of some of the different universes, the creativity, and like, I think the thing that also works for this movie is the story behind the movie. Like, obviously, Michelle Yeoh, she's been an actress for several years, but never had an opportunity to do a role like this. And you see you've heard her in interviews and everything talking about how much it meant to her and to showcase her comedic side, her emotional side, her all these different acting chops that she's been able to do. Then you've got Quan, who hasn't been able to work in the film as an actor for 30 plus years, coming back, and this is his first role. Jamie Lee Curtis championing this movie and every opportunity she can, even though she had the definitive ending to the franchise that she's known for come out this year. This is the movie that she's talking about all the time.
I don't think I saw her talk about the movie once.
Yeah, and then, just seeing the success of the Daniels, who are, you know, you hear how they shot the movie and how small the visual effects team was to pull off some of this shit, and like how they were able to manage to get all those like screaming shots of the different universes and that kind of stuff. Pretty incredible. It's just, it really, you can see on screen how much faith that everybody had in what the Daniels vision was. Like I think I've heard several times that Michelle Yeoh was like, what the fuck is this hot dog fingers thing storyline? And that's kind of like one of the most moving weird universes in this entire movie.
No, it's The Rocks.
I mean, The Rocks is pretty great, and that is fucking wild as well. Just the sequence of two rocks with googly eyes, of course, in the middle of nowhere, just a bunch of text. The way the movie resets itself twice, I think visually so interesting with so many interesting visuals. There's the alluding to the bagel, like throughout the start of the film with different imagery and that kind of stuff. Stephanie Shu, again, she was fantastic. Like her, I think one of my favorite shots is what's the name of the Jabuki, or I can't remember.
Yeah, Jabuki, whatever.
But when she does the multiverse shot where she tilts her head, and then they switch between multiple universes, that's a fucking cool shot. Scene, yeah. So many fantastic sequences. Just the crazy power she's able to utilize.
JB Tabaki?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I think look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Did you have a favorite sequence in the movie?
Oh, fuck, that's hard. I don't know. That's hard.
It is hard.
Well, it's like either picking something that's just fun or like some of the more emotional scenes. So like, I think the ending is great. Like just seeing it all play out. I know everyone picks the conversation that, like, I know a lot of people's favorite is the conversation in the rain with the other universe.
Yeah, in the Hong Kong movie star.
In the Hong Kong thing. That's a lot of people's favorite, which is cool. But I actually think just the general conversation that's had like outside the washing
laundromat,
place,
yeah.
like a laundromat at the end of the movie is obviously really great because it's like the finale. Like obviously, there's got a lot of emotional beat to it. But if I just pick fun, I'd just be like her fighting like those 50 people in the with the dicks and everything.
With the the stuff shoved up the butt.
Yeah,
the first one and then the second guy goes.
Yep.
So good.
That's just good fun.
That's so cool. Yeah, like you said, you've hit a lot of the great ones, like Quan. You know, everybody loves it, and it's spoken in Chinese. Those lines, it's like everybody says like one of the most romantic things. I would have loved to have lived in a universe where we just did laundry and taxes with each other. And that kind of, well, I'm butchering it, but I think
that's a lie. That's a lie, but yes.
Yeah,
you butchered it. That's still a lie.
Yeah, I think the first scene where Wayman's fights, I think,
in their office
with the fanny pack. Yeah, it's like what? Obviously, that's the setting off point of like the craziness that this film is going to have. I
would also say just like when JB. How you fuck you say?
Yeah.
When she like first shows up and she's like marching down the whole way and she's just like fucking shit up.
Yeah, just multiverse,
like just being badass. Yeah, like that's pretty.
Blows up this dude's head.
Yeah, into sparkles or whatever.
Also, James Hong like being like turning into this. You think he's some senile old dude, and then like being this badass general. I guess. Freaking crazy. All right. Anything else you feel like we need to discuss?
No, I mean you could go deep. Like you could do beat by beat as movies. It's not really the point of this.
You do frame by frame. Yeah. You could literally do one of those. Probably
you could literally do frame by frame for this movie. I think, and probably
probably get something out of it.
You would at least get a minute of discussion out of every frame for this. I would actually say that's not over exaggerating for this movie. But I mean, I saw someone post something on Twitter of a screenshot from like when Michelle's going through like.
One of her screams,
like
yeah.
all the mods.
Yes.
Yeah, just one of the things I'd seen a new screen, like one of the universes I'd never noticed before. So.
The Twin Peaks.
Yeah, there's which one?
The Twin Peaks one.
Yeah, that one. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Had you seen that before? I'd never seen.
No,
that
I hadn't
before.
seen that until somebody pointed it out. Yes,
so
but I'd never seen Twin Peaks, so I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. But no, it's a fantastic movie. It's just it's an absolutely wild movie. I can't wait to see what the Daniels do next. It's just like they're sort of just insane brain between the two of them. Like between this, like the fact that they've made 2 movies now.
Yes.
Which are what's the genre called? Absurdist comedy, I guess is the.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
I think that's.
I was going to say wild.
Yeah, I think that's
the
like
genre.
generally I think that's generally what it's like sort of called. So they've done 2 films, and people I don't know who don't know. They're 20 whatever 16, 15 movie. Swiss Army Man, the one where Daniel Craig's a dead body that farts everywhere.
Wait, who?
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe, sorry. I was talking about the remake.
Man. Can you imagine? Daniel Craig as the cops?
Imagine. And that's a wild movie. And in general, you go into that being like, man, this movie's just going to be dumb. But somehow, again, have you watched that yet or you haven't?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You did. You talked about it. I forgot. That movie again, by the time you go into it, you're like, oh, this is all funny, fart jokes, all this sort of stuff. And then you get to the end, you're like, well, this movie's like tearing me apart emotionally. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how they've managed to do 2 movies. And of course, Everything Everywhere All at Once is like way more absurdist than Swiss Army Man. But they're both movies that are just so ridiculous, but also wholly original and somehow managed to be both funnier than most things that come out in the year and also more dramatically effective than most other drama movies. Like, it's just, I don't know how. Anyway.
It's an incredible balance that they've managed to pull off. I'm keen to see what they're going to do. I'm keen to see who else wins awards out of this. Obviously, it's been a very, very successful year for the film. It's been sweeping up everywhere, but, most importantly, it's Explosion Network's best film of 2022. Yeah. All right, let us know what you think of Everything Everywhere All at Once by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump to our Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars, and you can leave 5 stars. Tell people about the show. And of course, just head over to explosion.com, click around, check out our best of 2022 content, including all of our top 5s for different film categories, and of course our top 10 films of 2022. And if you enjoy what we've done here at the Explosion Network this year, or want to help us out in 2023 financially, head over to our Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Of all the places I could be, I just want to be here with you.
Remember our mission. Consider the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Every rejection, every disappointment has led you here. To this moment. Don't let anything distract you from it.
And I will say, shout outs to A24 for merchandising this film perfectly. Selling those hot dog fingers, selling packs of googly eyes. It's pretty smart.